Hello, good morning. Can you see me and can you hear me? Good morning. Can you see me? Can you hear me, please? Good morning, everyone. Please, if you can see and hear me, kindly indicate in the comments so that I can know we are on the same page. Excellent. Thank you, Hamza Ibrahim. Beautiful. Thank you, Abel Authority. Thank you, Mohammed Jibril. Okay, so we are starting right away so that we can catch up on some things we have pending. All right, so we have been able to sort out some back-end issues. So before we go into today's class, I'll just let you know that in the coming days, you should be able to access your learning management system back-end. All right. Then we have also been able to sort out the Google Drive issue. So we will be dropping the materials there as well in the coming days. However, I will encourage all of us to always come back to these videos. The videos are recorded. If you follow the YouTube channel, you can always go back and replay the video. So I will encourage us to go and replay the videos because the videos are recorded as we are having the class. It's the same thing. In fact, the videos are actually better than the slide because if you go to the slides do not contain the explanation, but the video have more explanation. That's how a class should be. If you come to class, you should enjoy it better than just reading the textbook. That's why it's important to attend classes, right? Okay, so as we proceed, I want to appreciate our illustrious institution, the Base University, Abuja, Nigeria, for bringing us this opportunity, and our partners, sponsors from Dominion Blockchain Solutions, Ministry of Education, Nigeria Information Technology Development Agency, NITDA, and the World Bank for sponsoring this program. Thanks to all our sponsors, creators of this program, those that had the initiative to bring it out to us, we appreciate them. But important people to me are you. So thank you all for joining us always on this class. Right, so today we are going to be having a guest that will be talking to us about what he has built on the blockchain or what he has built with his team on the blockchain. We'll be seeing that presentation in a few minutes. However, last week when we were talking about uh, wallets, so we touched on cold wallet, we touched on hot wallet. In the past 2 weeks, we've been talking about it, and in the course of that, we also mentioned mining just on the surface because we've not gone deep into it, right? Then I asked a question amongst other equipment, which one can be used to create wallets, to also mine, to also confirm transactions and all that. And someone mentioned it. He actually was the one that won, amongst others, right? He mentioned a Raspberry Pi. A Raspberry Pi is a single board computer. I have it here with me. Last week it was in one of our testing labs, so I had to go withdraw it. I thought I actually had it in the office, but when I checked and checked, I didn't see it. So I had to withdraw it from the testing lab, and it is here with me this morning. So I'll be showing it to you. Just stay with us. I'll be showing it to all of us in a few minutes. Now, this is a research equipment. It's a research equipment that something. I don't know how many of us saw, I think I mentioned it last week as well, where one of our or some of our law enforcement agents mentioned that they seized some cryptocurrency machines and that those machines are dangerous to the economy. We commend them for the work they are doing. However, we must quickly say that such information that Nigerians in a wrong light has to be corrected, right? Hardware wallets, those hardware wallets cannot put the economy at risk. So at this point, I'm going to be introducing my friend. I call it my friend because we talk a lot, we talk a lot, we talk together all of the time. And this is it. If you can see closely, let me try and bring it closer. Can you see? This is a network. This is a network port. These are USB ports. These are USB connector. This is a network connector, right? If you come to this place, you see a Type C connector, and you see I think this is Type 1 USB connectors too. This is an audio jack. Here is an audio jack, right? So here, excellent. Here you have connection for memory card. Here, let me pop it out. So see, this is an SD card. Okay, this is an SD card that can go in here. So you see, it can go in here. So this is the heat sink. You'd have seen the other side of the board. This is the heat sink. I don't just want to take it out because immediately after this class is going back for the test. These are pins. These are pins, you know. So this is fan. These are fans. Okay. Then this is another, the surface heat sink. So the main board is in between, is sandwiching between the two fans. Okay. You say you're having network issues too. Okay, I think it's going to stabilize. Just bear with us. It's going to stabilize. It's going to stabilize. So this is a Raspberry Pi. This is the Pi 4. And this is a single board computer. This is a screen. In the course of our work, it's cracked, but it's still working. This is a single board computer, right? If we connect this power now, let's assume we connect this to power, it will come on, trying to see if the power connector is not here. Okay, let me see if I can use, the power bank to power. Sorry about the disconnect. I think I'm back. If you can hear me, if you can hear and see me, please kindly. Yes, sorry, I had a bit of network issue. I had a little network issue. All right, excellent. I think we're having a general kind of network delay, but I think we are back now. So I powered it on. It's trying to boot. You can see it's trying to boot. If I connect a keyboard to this, I can interact with it. If I connect a keyboard, I'm powering this, see, just from my power bank. Are you seeing? I'm just using my power bank to power this Raspberry Pi. Now, We can use this. I don't want to show you my password. You can use this to set up a Lightning node. You can use this to set up a Lightning node for Bitcoin mining and for transaction authentication, right? This is not within the purview of our training program. However, for those that want to go into forensics, which is not in the purview of this program, but if you want to go into forensics, automation, AI, machine learning, and all that, it's good to lay your hand on this. So beyond mining, okay. Okay, so we have someone that says a mechatronics engineer and use many of these microcomputer for automation and AI projects. Okay. All right, so we can talk about it much later. I just wanted to show you now if a just for us to understand how these things work. If a hardware wallet is seized, for instance, if a hardware wallet is seized, I'm trying to get it the last time I think I showed you. Anyways, no problem. I think I've shown you a hardware wallet before. If a hardware wallet is seized, so that you understand, because now you are a student of blockchain, so that you understand how these technologies work. If a law enforcement agent seizes a hardware wallet and says that it is a threat to the economy, can they seize a microcomputer, a single board computer? This is a microcomputer. Can they seize it with your power bank? Can they seize power bank? Can they seize a microcomputer? Because you can have this is running on Linux. You can have Windows running on this as well, so that you understand the technology you're working with. Now, on this microcomputer, you can have a wallet. I have a wallet here on the Bitcoin Lightning node. I've created a Bitcoin Lightning. That's why it's telling me to put in some values here and log in, right? I hope if we can set this up much later, we'll discuss with the authorities. We'll set it up in the lab and you can come there to interact. We'll show you some things that we can do. And Benjamin, we can speak later and see what we can do about it. We'll set up some, we'll see if we can set up one or two in the lab just for research purpose. It will not even have any coin, any token. There will not be any assets in it. We'll just set it up. There is so we have a mini HDMI here. Each of these can either be used as mini HDMI. We can connect it through adapters to a bigger screen. Okay, then we can come in there and interact and see how it works. Even if everybody cannot program it, we'll get one or two people to program it, then we can use it for demonstration purposes. It's important. So we'll speak with the management. Once we get approval, we'll see what we can do about it. Okay. So in here, where I'm going is in here, you can have a wallet. You can have different networks. Okay. There is a hard drive that is connected to this. I have a hard drive connected to this. Okay, yes. So this is the hard drive I have. This hard drive has the full account of the Bitcoin blockchain up to date. Up to date. It took about 48 hours for me to download the entire Bitcoin blockchain record into this because the internet I was using wasn't that fast as at then. But now, if I want to do this, it will take me less time. The internet I'm even using for this class is not the main internet because of my location. I have fiber internet that we use at the office. So if I want to download this again, it will not take me up to 6 hours thereabouts to get this downloaded. Now, I can pair this to this using, I know we are just trying to follow up, right? But since this is not the main class, just manage to view what we are doing. So I can connect this hard drive. You see, it's not connected to this yet. I can connect this hard drive, okay, to this Raspberry Pi. I can just plug it here like this. Sorry, I've touched the power, so it has. Okay, now, so what's going on is the power is too much, so it rebooted. Sorry for the bright light. It's rebooting. So I have connected the, let me allow it boot a bit. I've connected the hard drive. You can see the hard drive is on. You can see the hard drive is connected to the USB port. Then this is the power cable. And I'm powering it from just a simple power bank. So if you are going, if you are able to build something like this and you are going for a demonstration, you can get a very strong power bank that will take you a long while and you to power the device. I think the hard drive is drawing more power from the device through the power bank, so it's going off. So what I'm going to do is I've disconnected it. Let me see if I can connect it to a stronger source of power. So this is my laptop adapter. I'm going to plug it to my laptop adapter now and see if that will help, because that's a stronger source of power. This Raspberry Pi came with its own adapter. You can see it has powered on and the hard drive is on. It came with its own adapter, and this is actually its own, this is its own actual power cable that it came with. But the adapter is in the lab where we are carrying out our research. So in case, because I don't know which of you want to carry out research on this, in case you get to the point where you have a Raspberry Pi and a law enforcement agent asks you what it is just a microcomputer and you are using it for research purpose, so that they don't seize this from you and say that they have caught a criminal that is carrying crypto and that the device is dangerous to the economy. This device is not dangerous to the economy. Same with a what is it called, a hardware wallet, right? For the cost right now, I've not checked, but it will be over $100 because of the exchange cost of things right now. I think when I bought it, it was about $60. I will have to find out the current cost, but you know, things are going up, so we'll have to check. Okay, so let me just put this aside. I just wanted to show you that we have many hardwares that we can use for research purposes, and they are not a threat to the economy. If not, if everything is a threat, we are not going to learn. So this is a learning environment. I just wanted to say that and get it out of the way. Okay, so we are set for today's discussion. Let me bring the slide up. I will encourage us again, do well to come and watch these videos, because like the stuff I showed you now, you're not going to see it in the slide. The hardware tokens or hardware wallets I showed you last week, you're not going to see it in the slide. So come watch the videos. It will help you to understand some of these things much better. All right. Okay. So our guest will be joining us soon, but before he joins, let's quickly see how we can run through this slide and also give time for our brothers to go for prayers by 1 p.m. So we should be wrapping up everything we're doing here today in the next 1 hour. All right, so we are done with module 1. Today we'll be looking at module 2. That means we've achieved about 6 classes, the main open day class, and 4 chapters in module 1. So that's 5. Today is the 6th class, and I encourage you all not to miss anyone, because as we proceed, we'll be talking about more things and we'll be understanding this ecosystem much clearer. Also, before we go on, we shared a link, I think on Monday, for the London Blockchain Conference. I don't know how many of us attended that conference. We shared a link in the Telegram group for the London Blockchain Conference. How many of us attended that conference? Put it in the comment section. Say, I did. I did. If you attended the London Blockchain Conference, we shared a link for you to register for free for the virtual session. How many of you attended the conference? Alamin, thank you. Beautiful. Great. Anita, that's nice. Now, when we share things like this, take advantage of them because they're going to expose you to more opportunities beyond the classroom. We cannot give you everything in the world, but when you go for events like this, you meet with people online. I had 3 meetings with people from UK. By attending that conference, I had 3 meetings. Somebody had done a project pitch to me. My week had been very busy. If you missed it, it's not a problem. You can always, there are other ones coming up. There's another one coming up in June. We'll also share the link with you. Try and attend such conferences. Try and network with people. Before we finish this program, we'll also talk about the need for networking. Anyway, that's going to come in the community program. So Judith, nice. Jubril, nice. Lawan, nice. So I commend all of you for attending, and I will encourage you to continue to attend. All right, so today we'll be looking at blockchain architecture, and we'll see what it provides for us. Now, in blockchain architecture, we'll be looking at the architecture of blockchain networks, which includes distributed ledger, consensus, algorithms, smart contracts, and more. Then we'll try to see how we can understand the different layers of blockchain technology, which includes what I just mentioned, the networking layer, the consensus layer, and the data storage layer. All the data we have on the blockchain, like what I just showed you on the Raspberry Pi, right, is sitting somewhere. The information that shows here, or even on your computer or anywhere, is sitting somewhere. There is a file system that powers that storage. Okay, we'll look at it in the course of our class. Then we'll try to see the overview of different blockchain platforms, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, Hyperledger, and others. So for blockchain architecture, this refers to the framework, technical framework and the infrastructure of a blockchain network. Now, understanding the architecture of a blockchain network is very important. Okay, if you're a business executive, even if you're a student right now, you eventually become a business executive. So it is important that you understand the blockchain architecture and how you can leverage on the technology to improve your organization or sector. Now, there are 3 major components of the blockchain architecture. First is the distributed ledger. All right. So we've told you that the blockchain sits on a distributed ledger. In other words, I used something like this to explain to you back then that this can be a ledger, but this ledger, I'm not the only one that has the copy. Many people have the exact copy of what I have here. Now, these people are not, no matter how many we are not in the same room. We are not under the same roof. We are spread in many places. If the slide is not clear, it may be a network issue. Pardon me, let me see. Maybe a network issue. The slide is not clear. If the slide is not clear, maybe a network issue. Okay, I've checked. It's clear from my other system. So it's clear from my other system. It will refresh for you. It will refresh. Let me just refresh it. It will refresh for you. So just be patient. Okay. So, okay. So Lawa is clear from your end. So it may be a little network issue for Zachary. So Zachary, please refresh your network and the slide might become clearer for you. Okay. So now this distributed ledger is spread across many places. I'm not the only one that have the copy, but any copy I have, everything I have is the same as everything somebody else have. Just like here, I have the record of the Bitcoin network since 2009. Since 2009, I downloaded it here to date. Okay, to date, I have the full record here. But guess what? I'm not the only one that have the record. anybody that wants to download the record can get it from the Bitcoin blockchain. So everybody can have the record. What that means is it is distributed. So if anybody wants to come and change it, the consensus mechanism, which is the next we are going to be looking at, is going to push or flush that person out. So if you want to put something that looks strange, the entire consensus network will say, this is not clear to us, and it can be removed. However, how is that done? It is done by a smart contract programming, because I will not physically go into the Bitcoin network and start saying that this is not clear, let me remove it. Okay, it is a software program that can do that work for me. All right, now that will take us into the next phase of explaining this clear. So the distributed ledger network, like I said, is a database that is spread across a network of computers. Blockchain technology uses distributed ledger to store and record all transactions on the network. Now, this means that each node on the network have a copy of the ledger, which is what I have explained. So if I'm using this to connect to a blockchain network, this becomes a node. Okay. The lightning node, the Bitcoin lightning node, is running on this small memory card. But the storage of the network transactions itself is sitting on this hard drive. By the time I pair the micro SD, by the time I plug it into this microcomputer and I plug it to this hard drive, I'm able to build a node, a complete node. In some cases, this is touch screen, but in some cases, you can plug a keyboard to it. We're going to set all of this up by the grace of God in the lab, and we'll be able to come and see how it works. All right. Now, all of that I just showed you becomes a node, which is constantly updated as transactions are added. So, like I told you, what I have in the hard drive is updated till this morning. By the time now that I've plugged it, I've unplugged it from the network. When I go back, I will need it to be updated. So transactions that have happened right now that I'm in class are not here. But when I go back, those transactions will have to be updated. That is how the distributed ledger network works. What you do when you go to a particular blockchain, you are a client side of that node. So let's assume a Binance blockchain, for instance. Binance is both a blockchain and an exchange. So let's assume you are interacting with a Binance blockchain. The Binance server have all the transactions that have ever occurred on the Bitcoin network. They have it. If you want to use Ethereum, they have it. If you want to use Monero, they have it. If you want to use Ripple, every blockchain that is in existence, they have it. So that means they have multiple servers that are running, but in a distributed way. Because even if Binance shuts down today, blockchain cannot be shut down. That is why you need to understand what distribution and decentralization means. Even if OKX shuts down today, the blockchain network, Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever, cannot be shut down. That's why it does not need government consensus or government censoring, as it were. Okay, if you have a blockchain in Nigeria, like we have Bantu is a layer one blockchain, it's an African built blockchain. Even if the African government or the Nigerian government shuts their operations, it's only their operations that can be restricted in an environment. The blockchain itself cannot be shut down. Okay, so it's good we understand that about distributed ledger. Now, the consensus algorithm, right, is used to ensure that all nodes on the network agree to the state of the ledger. That's what the consensus algorithm does. So in a blockchain network, the consensus algorithm determines how conflicts are resolved. Some popular consensus algorithms that we have are POW, which is proof of work. Then the next common one is proof of stake. However, because we've seen some deficiencies of these algorithms, there's now an improved one, which is the distributed proof of or the delegated proof of stake. All right. So the delegated proof of stake is an improvement to both the proof of work and the proof of stake. We'll be seeing this hopefully when we are talking about blockchain security. The third is smart contracts. Okay, so smart contract, like I mentioned earlier in one of our classes before this, self-executing contract. They are being developed to help the network, the blockchain network, run on its own. No human being can be awake 24/7 to start checking the blockchain or approving transactions, except it's only two, three people that are on that blockchain. If you have hundreds and thousands of people and hundreds of thousands of people on the blockchain, even 10 people cannot manage it. See a little WhatsApp group that have 200 people, it's difficult to manage it. A Telegram group that have 1,000 people, it's difficult to manage it. And you're not talking about a network that have maybe 100,000 or 2 million or 5 million subscribers. A human being cannot manage it. So that's why we need a software program that is smart enough, robust enough, scalable enough to attend to transactions. They're both confirming transactions and all of that. So a smart contract is what enables us to do this. HealthGo is a blockchain platform specifically designed for decentralized applications. So for those that are interested in the programming aspect of blockchain technology, you are going to see how to create a simple smart contract, how to create a distributed application or a decentralized application, as the case may be. We have touched this before that if you want to do that, if you want to join the programming class when it's time, you need to start preparing yourself. Okay, you need to start preparing yourself from now. If you do not have a background knowledge of software programming, go and learn Java, go and learn HTML, go and learn Python. But I said you should start with Python. Python is easier to learn. But if you already know Java, HTML, CSS, you're on a good ground. But for those that are beginners, go to Coursera, go to Udemy, and take up a class on Python programming. Okay. After that, if you know you are done with that, you can come to class and mention that you are done with your Python programming. I will now mention another one that you should learn. Okay. Solidity is what you're going to be using. But before we get there, learn Python programming so it gives you a balanced foundation. We are all starting from ground zero. So want everyone to be on the same page when we get there. All right. So we have different blockchain platforms. There are several different blockchain platforms that are available, each with its own unique feature. All right. Some popular ones that we all know are the Bitcoin blockchain, the Ethereum blockchain, Hyperledger, and Corda. They have their different purposes. They have their different applications. So Bitcoin is the first and the most well-known blockchain platform. But like I said, Bitcoin is both a blockchain. I said this long before now. Long before now, okay? Bitcoin is both a blockchain and a cryptocurrency. Okay, we have the Bitcoin network, we have the Bitcoin currency. Then Ethereum is the same thing, it's both a blockchain and a cryptocurrency. I know there's the argument that Bitcoin is not cryptocurrency. We can put Bitcoin in the class of cryptocurrency, then we can put all others in the class of alternate currency, which is where the word altcoin come from. Okay. Uh, just a minute, getting our guests ready to join us. So Ethereum is both a network, a blockchain network, and also a currency. Hyperledger is just a blockchain network. Okay. Hyperledger is just a blockchain network you can build solutions on. As a matter of fact, most of the enterprise solutions are built on Hyperledger. The e-Naira that we have in Nigeria was built on Hyperledger. Okay, so it's used specifically for enterprise purposes. All right, just a minute. Okay, so Coda is also designed for financial services. Okay, so how the Coda is another blockchain and network, but it doesn't have a cryptocurrency on it. So these are designed for financial uses for remittances, for end of day settlement, okay, for interbank settlement. You can use Corda for such. So if you want to build a solution, you need to know what exactly you are building. You need to know who you are building it for. Then you now need to, that will now guide you on what exactly to use. Okay. It will guide you on what exactly to use. Sorry, I'm trying to bring in our guest speaker. All right. So that brings us to today's conversation in. Okay. Yes, we have the Mr. Divine Gift Shoeton from is the founder and CEO of HealthGo, a blockchain solution that attends to healthcare.
Alpha, you never send a 10K now.
Okay, so Mr. Divine, kindly unmute and speak. Let's be sure we can hear you. Unmute and speak. Let's be sure we can hear you.
All right, so can you hear me now, please? I guess I was having some network issues.
Excellent. Yes, we can hear you.
All right. Thank you for the introduction and also thank you for the invitation. Once again, good afternoon to everyone. My name is Divine Gift Chweta, and I'm graced to be the CEO at HealthGo. Basically, what we do at HealthGo is leveraging technology such as blockchain and AI to facilitate healthcare primarily to the low income earners and then extending it ahead to everyone who are actually in need. Um, After listening to majority of what the blockchain use cases by Mr. Jude, I believe we all would also agree, apart from the money making side of the blockchain, there's also the enterprise side of the blockchain, which is what HealthGo has been doing, trying to create solutions in the healthcare space utilizing blockchain technology. So while we wait for Mr. Jude, I would love to present my screen and then we should be ready to take things up. So kindly give me a few minutes. Let me upload it so you could get to see it. So I don't know. Actually, this is my first time using StreamYard, so I'm trying to familiarize myself up to how this work. So um, okay, I'm back now. So I'm sorry for that. I actually don't know how to use StreamYard well. So let me just share my entire screen and then just do it from here. Okay, so yeah, so here's my slide. I believe we all can see it, please. Please, if you can see, just respond to something so I can know you all can see my screen. Okay, let me try something else. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm still trying to get this sorted. Um, mm, okay, yeah. So I think it's uploading already. So I'll just move with it from here. Okay. All right. So now, yeah, we have it. So I think this is where I can move it. All right. So thank you very much once again. If I don't get out to, okay, good. So now I think this is it. All right. All right. All right. That's interesting. So let us start afresh. Like I said, my name is Divine Gifts, and what we do at HealthGo is actually leveraging blockchain to create economical healthcare gateway, primarily for low-income earners and then other class of markets. So HealthGo has been in existence since 2022, and Mr. Jude has been one of our early believer who believed in our concept, help us change our trajectory, and also importantly, understanding the fact that every blockchain can actually build in the African market, or every blockchain can be used to build to build enterprise in the African market. Understanding one major important fact of building enterprise on blockchain for African market, which is simplicity of the blockchain. And during my slide, I'll be taking us through firstly understanding the concept of HealthGo, secondly understanding the concept of the blockchain, and then understanding how to actually build enterprise on the blockchain in the healthcare sector, being to the fact that that is actually what we do at HealthGo. So my second slide simply talks about what HealthGo does. And this is like an reintroduction of what we do at HealthGo, stating HealthGo is a private company that uses blockchain technology to establish an affordable healthcare gateway that enables low-income individuals to get timely access to quality healthcare at an affordable price. Now, one of the things we've understand the blockchain can be used for to create affordability is fractionalization. Now, putting it into real world assets, this simply means a system whereby different individuals come to own a certain structure. So, more like in the real estate firm, whereby you can see a whole building and different individuals own different apartments and different flats in the building. That is the same thing blockchain does to create affordability, which is fractionalization. I want to access this thing. I don't have the full payments down. It can be tokenized to bring in different fraction of people to buy into different fractions of that product or that enterprise and then put it to them at an affordable price. Now, my next slide simply states enhancing healthcare, enhancing access to healthcare in both formal and informal sector remains health's main goal. Like I said, our major focus is primarily the low income earners before going into other sector. And we are accomplishing this by offering crucial assistance in three areas. One of it is healthcare accessibility. Now, how do people actually access healthcare? With the help of reputable healthcare providers, we have been able to directly increase our scope of services into important parts in Nigeria. Now, this important part to us remains the low grassroots areas, which include down to the IDP camps, places whereby accessibility to healthcare seems very difficult. Beyond that, we've also understand healthcare financing. Like I gave us a preview of what we do in terms of fractionalizing healthcare. We do that in so many ways through credit financing, brand exposure. We also help healthcare MSMEs to grow their market. So beyond just providing fractionalized healthcare to individuals, we also go through credit financing to SMEs, which include pharmacy at these grassroots areas, to expand their markets reach and make them grow. Also, we've been able to address affordability through convenience, through making users conveniently pay for their healthcare across a very stretch of time. Now, this was easy to implement because we didn't just stop at creating this sort of ajo esusu kind of ideology around paying for healthcare, but we also were able to fractionalize healthcare insurance. So meaning you don't have to pay in bulk, but you have to pay for what you use, more like tokenization. Now, that being said, what is the blockchain? Mr. Jude has said a lot of things about blockchain, but the two important things to understand in terms of running enterprise on blockchain includes data keeping and decentralized governance. Because compared to traditional internet that is controlled by a single entity, blockchain is a distributed entity, which means different stakeholders, including nodes, users, and developers, contribute and make shared decision. So it can't be done on your own. That is why most of blockchain enterprise needs community, approval of communities through decentralized governance like DAOs and all of those things. Then data keeping is important because blockchain is has this immutability property, which makes it difficult or make it impossible to have a data deleted off chain. Now, in the healthcare space, this is very important because you and I would agree in a space like Nigeria, health data are very useless immediately after use. You don't get access to them. There's no way to retrieve those data. And this is data that could be used to structure the future of healthcare system, to structure the future of medicine in the sector. So decentralized governance also is an excellent example of a functioning democracy, which every one of us are even craving for in Nigeria. Because when it comes to decentralized governance, the company, which is the enterprise, the users, which are the ones bringing the funds to make the company operational, the investors, all of these things are totally visible to everyone. And every single one are to make shared decision for the benefits of the enterprise. I would also be going to the healthcare challenges we are trying to solve, and how blockchain has helped us to solve it at HealthGo. Starting in our early days at 2022, like I said, we encountered so many difficulties trying to prove our concepts. But all of these were quickly resolved using blockchain technology, and we're able to now start understanding how the blockchain works in this system, how we can make the blockchain work better by trying to understand which blockchain best address our solutions, which blockchain best address what we need. And in the next slide, I will be addressing them one after the other. One of the issues we were able to understand in the healthcare space is healthcare financing. Who would all believe that in Nigeria of today, healthcare spending data is only built and constructed on assumption? The government or the Ministry of Health can't come out to tell me that, oh, divine gifts, this is how much you spent on healthcare last month. This is how much you spent on healthcare last year. This is how much you have spent on healthcare accumulatively in the past 5 years, because they don't have this data. And these data are very important, mostly to startups and enterprise coming, investors, and even down to non-governmental organizations that does donations, international bodies that uses most of this data to construct healthcare reports. And this type of data has not been demonstrated to have a working monitoring system, like I just said, by the government or any international body. Nevertheless, with blockchain technology, this kind of data can be easily accessed. And to the right side, you would see let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, I can't zoom in. But to the right side, you would see a screen showing healthcare expenses on one of HealthGo users. And these healthcare expenses, in one form, isn't even showing the private data of the user in question. You can see here by the up here putting address, it's the username of this user on the HealthGo platform. And below simply shows the transaction the user has carried out within certain period of time. We have a 300 naira balance here on this user HealthGo wallet, and right on the blockchain explorer we have a 300 naira balance. Now what this simply means is, as a startup, I want to create reports to my investors to prove, oh, we have users that are spending on our platform. I don't need to raw figures, because that has been one of the basic thing a lot of telemedicine platforms have been doing lately. Roughing figures in deck just to please investors and for presentation sake. But with this kind of technology, healthcare financing can be easily accessed. Startup can easily know what their users are spending on. The Ministry of Health can easily gather data on what the average amount spent on different platforms on healthcare. And this technology was built on HealthGo with support of Thoroughnet blockchain. That's why I said not all blockchain can address enterprise need, but there are a few that understand the need of blockchain in enterprise ecosystem in Africa, and they have built simple structure around the blockchain that makes it accessible. Beyond this data also can help, or this kind of technology rather, in terms of healthcare financing, can also help international donors to track their donations to healthcare startups or healthcare foundation on what they are actually spending the money on and how they're actually spending the money. So all of these are one of the basic benefits of blockchain in terms of healthcare financing. Also, the last part says this data can help different organizations access live data on how much an individual spend on healthcare on the platform, also helping donors track donation easily. Moving to the next use cases, health record keeping. In Q3 2023, HealthGo built an health record, a very simple health record portal system that was piloted across 6 hospitals here in Lagos. Though we, like I said, we learned while we were doing all of this. We understand simplicity should be the core goal, not the technology, but the simplicity around the technology. And one of the things we actually did here was helping healthcare institution save their clients or their patients' health record data on the blockchain, which makes it immutable and easily accessible in terms of emergency, and also giving the patient in question here access to their healthcare information. Because we would all agree and we should all believe that the healthcare record system in Nigeria, especially in public hospital, individuals don't have access to that data except they're in their hospital. Imagine leaving the country and you need access to those data. How do you get it? So health record keeping in healthcare institution is still done traditionally. However, with the blockchain, an easy immutable record system can be created to make healthcare institutions securely save patient health records, while also providing users with access to all of their health information anywhere at any time, and to the public in events of emergency. We built this technology on the RENEC blockchain in 2023, and we were able to facilitate the pilots around 6 hospitals here in Lagos. This simple technology shows a way where the users upload their data, make it visible or not, that is giving them authority over those data, and also retrieve that data very simply, just like uploading to the cloud and downloading from cloud. So this can be done on chain, and it makes that data forever available on the blockchain. Forever available on the blockchain. So that is that on that. Thirdly, we'll be addressing the part of onboarding and healthcare compliance, more like healthcare adherence. Now, we should all agree, Nigeria is one way cultured around healthcare, whereby we don't really give a concern about our healthcare until it's become a priority, until it become very important, until it become very critical. But with the blockchain, onboarding and creating healthcare plan adherence system can be very easy. And we also did that in 2023, whereby we created different onboarding strategy through healthcare education, healthcare reward for our users, and it worked. Healthcare plan adherence is critical component of quality healthcare in patients, and the blockchain is an important instrument for promoting its true rewards. The blockchain aids in recording tasks assigned to patients in order to keep them healthcare compliant, and an award may be issued conveniently through the blockchain. Now, what does this mean? Using the prototype of what we did at HealthGo, we created healthcare courses, numerous one on different things, and we rewarded users for taking these healthcare courses. All of these healthcare courses were paid for, but at the end of the day, these users get their certificates and also get tokenized reward that can be reused on the HealthGo platform, either to book telemedicine services or to take another course. Beyond that, we created a fit to end system whereby users do so many walking, jogging, skipping, sorry please, walking, jogging, skipping, and all of that, and then they get a tokenized reward that can be used to book a session on the Go platform, used to buy drugs, used to order for medical uh, in-house, medical tests, and all of those things. With the blockchain, reward are easily disbursed. I don't need to be on my screen when a user wants to take their reward, because with smart contracts, the tax assigned to the patient is tracked, which means a user address or a user account that that has it's more like, let me use the traditional way we understand, that it's the end point of the reward. Smart contracts simply gets the reward without me even knowing whether, oh, this person is the one that finished the course or not. Easily they finish the course, they get their reward, or they do the fitness tax, which is probably, walk 500 step, walk 1000, jog, skip, all of those things. And at the point of completing those tasks, the smart contract automatically dictates it. Smart contract is a trusted way of creating softwares in the blockchain space. So different from APIs in the traditional technology, on chain is called smart contracts because they are smart enough to take tasks, execute tasks, store the processes of those tasks, and then give the reward. Now, beyond this, so I don't waste our time, I've been able to address the three major things, the three major classes HealthGo currently uses the blockchain to address. One, healthcare financing. Two, compliance and healthcare adherence system. Then three is the data keeping part, which can be used by hospitals, uh, enterprise, healthcare enterprise, and all of those kind of things. Then now I would love to address. Sorry, please. I would love to address public healthcare challenges and how blockchain can solve them. Now, we would all agree that public healthcare challenges are not getting to be resolved as we speak, and this is because resources put into public healthcare in the country are a bit low or being misused. Now, I will be starting with healthcare donations and the tracking of the use of fund. You understand? Healthcare donations to Africa healthcare institutions are frequently abused. We all would agree with that because a lot of this NGO seems not to be transparent to the donors, probably either crowdfunded or institutional donors. And at the end of the day, the donors also can't track the use of funds because they don't have a transparent system. One of the addressing system of HealthGo, which is healthcare financing, can solve this problem. Like I said beforehand, a system created whereby donors can easily track the use of funds to the beneficiaries, track the amount of beneficiaries, and at the end of the day, they are able to simply trace the move of funds from the beneficiary to the final users, which is the individuals that get the benefits from the beneficiary or the institutions that get these donations. And also, blockchain can facilitate transparent and verifiable crowdfunding campaign for medical bills, ensuring that the money is spent wisely. Now, this actually addresses two things. One is institutions and one is individual. As an individual, we all would have seen that there are individuals, probably ex celebrities, that run into medical issues and then They announce a crowdfunding through their platform. Oh, they want to do this, they want to do that. This is the amount of money they need. And we now see a jack of funds in between. One of the case of the recent actor, I think they did die later or something like that, which we all know to be Mr. Ibu, something around that transpired during the donation system for this man treatment. But with the blockchain, we can ensure the money is spent wisely, the money is moved wisely for the exact usage of the crowdfund purpose. Now, healthcare data transparency is also involved. With blockchain, patients can gain more control over their data record. I said that before, providing access for specific physician or for researchers as needed. We all know, or we should all be aware that healthcare data uh, is a lot of money in the healthcare space, because these data are being sold to big data firm used for different research purpose, and the owners of this data are either not aware and don't even get rewarded for that purpose. But with the blockchain and its use cases around smart contracts, this can empower patients and improve their privacy, and also make sure they get their rewards. Now, blockchain immutability features also protects healthcare professionals from losing patients' data records. So it creates not just an instant solution, but a long-term solution, making these professionals and institutions not lose their patients' data in times of need. If I should go back to where I was born 25 years ago, I'm very sure the hospital would not have my data anymore. I'm very, very sure. But if those data has been imputed on chain, personally myself, I can keep up with that data, and instead of creating different new files at different hospitals I visit over my years, all of those data can be put into one single trans chain. That is more like a portal, a trans chain, a record keeping portal. Let me use that word so you understand it better. You know, a record keeping portal, and then keep updating them based on the information that was put 25 years ago. Now, also, the public healthcare challenges we mostly have is clinical research and trials. There are a lot of counterfeited drugs and products out there that we buy. A lot of technology has been used to solve that, QRL and all of those things. And at the end of the day, most of it seems not to be working. But with the blockchain, all of this clinical research and trials can be authenticated right from the initial process of the trial, right from the initial process of the beginning process of such trial or such products manufacturing till it gets to the final users. And the blockchain also ensure authenticity of clinical trials data, making it very easy to verify and audit research findings, while simultaneously utilizing smart contracts, which I believe Mr. Jude would have talked about this during his session with you. The use of smart contracts in rewarding. I also made mention of that through one of the HealthGo pilots program we did, where we used smart contracts to reward users for taking healthcare plan adherence or healthcare adherence plan rather, and simultaneously rewarding patients whose data contributed to the success of the study and researchers who conducted it. So, the smart contracts can help in clinical research and trial to firstly authenticate those trials data, making it very easy to verify and audit. Then, at the end of the day, it also helps to reward patients who their data contributed to the success, and researchers who actually used those data and made the research a success. So all of those things, or these are the three major things in terms of healthcare, I believe the blockchain can help change in public healthcare. Now, moving to our conclusion, like I said, the blockchain can restore public healthcare integrity in various ways, including quality data management, prescription and medication verification, health insurance claim, contribution and financing transparency, decentralized healthcare crowdfunding, health education, and more. Put into it, HealthGo Health Technologies Limited is an healthcare technology firm dedicated to building a more equitable healthcare system for all Nigerians by employing cutting-edge technologies such as blockchain and AI. Specialized in healthcare distribution, healthcare technology development, blockchain consulting services, and access to blockchain tools required to build healthcare products on various blockchain. We've built on various blockchain, we've piloted different programs on various blockchain, and now we're using what we got from those pilots, from those research, to build a quality healthcare platform that can serve more Nigerians, primarily focused on low income earners. Then, yeah, I appreciate you all for having me, and I welcome you or invite you to join us to build the future of affordable and accessible quality healthcare for the next billion Africa. You can get our contacts through this slide, our websites, our hotline, and then my personal email. So thank you very much for having me. So, Mr. Jude, I think I'm done. Thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Divine Gift. Very loaded. Excellent. So, Mr. Divine is one of our young entrepreneurs in Nigeria. This is a Nigerian, not an American, not a European, not an Indian, not a Russian, a Niger boy like you and I, doing amazing things. Let me just let you guys know the space is still fresh. There are lots of opportunities. So if you are pursuing crypto, it's fine. If you are doing pump and dump, it's okay. If you are tapping, no problem. But a time will come, and the time is coming fast, where it is builders like this that we have the economy. I'm telling you. Quickly, we recognize the fact that some of our brothers are going for prayers. Please go for prayers. Good thing is we are done with today's class. You can always come back and watch the presentation. It's recorded here on YouTube. So you can just go to YouTube and search for Base University, and you see the blockchain, the professional blockchain program, and you can watch everything. The video, the recorded video is far better than the slide, because the video has both the slide and the presentation. So, Mr. Divine Gift, someone just said, corrected me that you are a Niger man, not a Niger boy. You are a chairman, so you do give away for us, right? But
I'm
I
not a
will,
man, I'm under you, sir.
but I will encourage everyone here, okay, to follow Mr. Divine Gifts, to keep in touch. However, we will see if we can bring him again before we finish the program. We still have 5 streams. So this we are still on blockchain fundamentals. So if blockchain fundamentals is this exciting, guess what will happen when we get into compliance, policy, and regulation? Blockchain compliance, blockchain policy, blockchain regulation will blow your mind. Then when we get into community management, when we get into blockchain community management, you will hear testimonies that will amaze you. We will now see by that time, if the coast is clear, we'll now touch DeFi and cryptocurrency trading. After DeFi and cryptocurrency trading, we'll now wrap up, hopefully, with blockchain programming, smart contract. So maybe we'll bring Mr. Divine Gift during smart contract. We'll see if he has the time, because he's a very busy CEO. He's building a global brand. And I must tell you that international bodies are looking into Nigeria. Connect with him now, because the day they announce, the day HealthGo announce Series A, $10 million. I don't know if I'll be able to reach him again. Maybe it's PA. That's why I'm pursuing them now. In this space, personally, I don't do what they call OG. You see that? I don't do it. I'm one that is building, and everybody is building together. If you come with a sense of entitlement into a new industry, everything will be killed. So we commend Mr. Divine, a great entrepreneur in the space, the founder CEO of HealthGo, that is building health solution on the blockchain. Thank you for having us. You're giving us your time
It's
today.
a pleasure, sir.
Does does anybody have a question for him? Because I am always
I'm seeing
here
some
with you.
question under the comments, so I don't know if I can pick them one after the other.
Yes, go ahead and pick them quickly. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So I'm going to start from the first person, which is Lawal. I'm not Hausa, so I don't know how to pronounce, but I think this is Mukta. Yeah. So he said on the healthcare financing, do you give access to grants? No, we don't do grants, but we actually do loans. So for instance, we are currently facilitating over 62 pharmacies with healthcare overdrafts, healthcare financing, which is more like loan for them to run their businesses. So they need access to drugs, they need financing to do marketing, branding, exposure, need business strategies and how to make their pharmacy store really address more individuals at the grassroots. We do that. So, and we do that at a very low interest. When I mean very low, I mean our interest rate is very much really low than any financing companies out there. So then the second question I can see here by Madu Linda. He said, "Can you use a typical user journey to explain how HealthGo works?" All right. I would have really wanted to present the HealthGo platform in full here, but I don't want to take our time, and I still have some other things to jump on board. Let me just do something brief. Now, what we do at HealthGo is actually simply fractionizing healthcare, which means you as an individual, you need an healthcare insurance. You don't need to bother about actually paying everything all at once. We create a way whereby you fractionalize these payments and pay with your convenience. We will pay at comfort, but still have access to the benefits that covers your entire plan. And one of the things HealthGo does is actually we've been in this space for more than 2 years, trying to understand how the system works, our class of users, and then understanding the model to address it. I'm going to beat my chest to say HealthGo plan remains the most affordable plan with a lot of benefits in Nigeria. I've gone through so many other startup or company running more like healthcare insurance, health management organization, and I can beat my chest to tell you ours is 90% cheaper than most of the one you see everywhere. And the benefits still attract whatever the affordability is. So, and we created a system whereby it's very easier for you. You don't need to have, to be honest, when you log into the HealthGo platform, if we are not talking about blockchain use cases here, you would not know we are utilizing blockchain at any point. You would not know we are utilizing blockchain at any point. We simplify the process, work with partners like Toronet, work with partners like FCMB Bank, whereby every users of the HealthGo account has an FCMB account attached to them. But this FCMB account is actually a wallet. It has a wallet attached to it, meaning every transaction that goes through that bank on the HealthGo platform is on chain. So there are more to simplicity. I'm not trying to brag here, like Mr. Jude said, it's not about forming OG, but it's actually about really building something. If you check the entire crypto blockchain enterprise space in Nigeria, many of them are built around just the regular wallet system. There are startups out there kind of doing on building on chain, and then the only thing you see on their wallets is this alphanumeric 2432 face that represents their wallet, and that's boring because we're in Africa. Nobody knows what that is. Not even talk more of the kind of market we're trying to address. One, they are not even conversant with technology. Talk more of conversant with blockchain technology. So HealthGo has simplified all of that by creating an ENS system. In Ethereum, it's called Ethereum Name Services. On Toronet blockchain, it's called Toronet Name Services, which is CNS system that erase everything around the 36 alphanumeric system. And then your HealthGo username is simply your TNS. So you see on the slide I did, you see something like oluwadiji.hgt. HGT simply stands for HealthGo. The username is your username. So which simply puts your username has eradicated the whole alphanumeric thing you would not understand. So when you're trying to send in and out of the in of the HealthGo system, you can use your bank account or you can use your CNS. You can send from your HealthGo account to your FCMB bank or to any other bank in Nigeria easily, no charges. We are the only, we remain the only product in Nigeria built on a zero gas fee, a zero charges, or a zero fee, a zero charges blockchain. So we've gone a whole long way to simplify the use of blockchain, making sure an individual that doesn't even understand anything about technology and blockchain can still use our platform conveniently. You understand? So I believe, as Mr. Jude said, probably on another session, I'll be able to do a live demo of the HealthGo web app. You'll be able to access it. I'll show you how you get enrollee ID, how you can use your enrollee ID to visit the hospital and get your healthcare benefits, and all of those interesting other things. So how we use point system to reward users, all of those things, you will get to see them. You will get to see them. So yeah, thank you very much, Madu, for that. Then okay, Lawal Mukta. I think it's the same guy I answered the other side. Okay, he said he would like to get a chance to interact with me. You can search up on me on LinkedIn, Divine Gift Shweton. You can just search for HealthGo. And I believe when you search for HealthGo, Google is going to bring my name as one of the, yeah, Google should bring my name up, if not the first or the second person you see uh, attached to HealthGo. Just search for HealthGo on Google and you get to see me from there. So Nelson said, what's the name of the blockchain HealthGo is built upon? Actually, HealthGo has partnership with 4 blockchains, including Near, Renek, Toronet, and Quitme. So currently, um, we are currently utilizing 2 blockchain effectively, which remains which remains Toronet and Renek. So we use Near and Quitme for some of our pilots, but as I told you, we understand simplicity of our users, and then we didn't use Near and Quitme anymore. We're currently using Toronet and Renek. Renek for our data portal, and then Toronet for the health insurance portal system. So yeah, thank you for very much for that. Then the next question, Zuraki Usman. Please, what are steps and design thinking that will help in implementing and building healthcare on blockchain? Okay, I believe that is healthcare on blockchain. First thing, like I said, which was very important thing we did at HealthGo, is understanding our class of users before we even thought of design thinking. We launched about 6 different products, pushed it to the market, got people to use them, got people to pay for them, and then from there we understand, okay, this is the design thinking we should go with. This is what our users want. This is what our class of users expects from us, and all of those things. Don't be surprised, when you see so many other startup or so-called products on the blockchain doing so many other different things. Like Mr. Judah said, you can do anything on the blockchain. You can do pump and dump. You can do shitcoin. You can do tap, tap, tap. But you understand what you want to do and then follow the design thinking of what you actually want to do, not what people are doing. Okay. So uh okay, I think that's not a question for me. That's not a question for me. What is the view of the government towards elsewhere? Okay, the view of the government towards HealthGo remain what HealthGo is. Uh, okay, let me give you an illustration. Though I don't really get what that question is, but I'm going to give you what I understand the question to be. So, the view of the government towards what HealthGo is doing, is being compliant and also being focused at actually offering healthcare that works. Currently, as I speak to you, HealthGo is in discussion with few state governments to facilitate subsidy over healthcare insurance for those low income earners that actually needs them. So we are not we are compliant, we are not non-compliant to policies around crypto, blockchain, and all of that. And as a matter of fact, I just stated those of our partners. So you would know, we partnering with those categories of people would certainly result to we being compliant. Those set of companies would not want to partner or work with a non-compliance coupling or a non-compliant startup. Apart from that, um, apart from compliancy, the also aspect is the impact. We've spoken with more than 3 state governments, more than 3 state government institutions also here in Nigeria, facilitating subsidized healthcare for their students, for their clusters head, and all of those interesting other things. And as a matter of fact, next week I'll also be in Jos to also facilitate so many discussion around that. So to the government, we are compliant and we are also focused at impact, which is what interests the government and private organizations. Also, the next question, let me try to see what's the next question here. Sir, I want to get your email address. I have something to discuss with you, please. All right, so you can email me at dg@elsgotechnologies.com. Let me see if you can How can I share my slide again? I want to share it. It's on the last page. If you can still see my slide, my email is on the last page, dg@healthgotechnologies.com. Yeah. So this is my email on the last page here. So this is my email. Oh, where is it? Okay, yeah, this is my email here. Well, these are my hotlines. So this is my WhatsApp, this is my call line. So you can reach me, and here's our websites up here. So this is our socials. So you can either reach me from any of that. I'll definitely attend to you. Um, hope to do my internship with HealthGo. Um, though it depends on the sector you are, because we are only accepting interns in development role at the moment. So you can also reach out to me and we'll discuss on that. It was an excellent presentation. All right, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. All right, Mr. Sam Adama, I would love to get your questions so I can attend to them. Okay, how do you create? I think I've seen your question somewhere, Adama. How do you creatively integrate your data users and reward them with the data outsourcing? Are you using a subscription-based model for data users? Okay, like I said, when we piloted our product, we actually piloted it for free. We didn't use any subscription model or any payment model. We only spoke to the hospitals to use them on their users for free, and then the hospitals actually pays us for the data storage they acquire on the portal. So we don't charge the users, we charge the hospitals. You understand? So that is how that works. Then it depends on what your company actually work, what you're building. It depends on what it actually wants. You can either decide to create a subscription model for individuals and also a subscription model for the institutions, which are the hospital and all of that. But what we did at HealthGo was just asking the hospital to pay us for data storage, because we have to pay for those data storage we're using to put in all of those data on blockchain utilizing IPFS. So that is just that about that. Nice innovation. You need more marketing of the solution because data is good. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And Slim Pesu, that is really good. So Sajud, please prepare. Okay, yeah, that is for Sajud. All right, so I think I've been able to address every question I've seen here. So in case you want to reach out to me, you can just search for HealthGo on your Google, and Google will lead you to our page. You understand? Then you can do all your research through that, through that, and then you can reach me also on LinkedIn. On our website, every of the team members are there. Our documentation is also there for you to go through. So yeah, Mr. Jude, I think I'm done on my end. Thank you very much, everyone, for having me, and I look forward to doing something big also with Base University at the end of the day. Enjoy the rest of your lecture.
Mr. Divine Gifts, excellent presentation. Okay, can you hear me? All right, I'm using my backup
Yeah, I can hear
system.
you, sir.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so we will allow Mr. Divine Gifts go. We've taken time from his tight schedule. If you want Mr. Divine Gifts to come again, we are going to do an immediate poll. If we get up to 20 people saying yes, then we will invite him again. So if you want Mr. Divine Gift to come again, just type yes in the comments. This is an open system we are running here. Nothing is hidden. Okay, so if you want Mr. Divine Gift to come again, just type yes, and we will schedule him for another visit. Beautiful. We have a yes, definitely. We have another yes. Andrew Akiyemi, that's 2, 3. Okay, keep it coming. So whilst that is being done, we have 4 now. Some questions that are being asked on attendance issue, please reach out to admin. For the Google Drive, the link is available. We're going to populate it in the next 24 hours, then we'll share in the Telegram group. Also, Mr. Divine gives slide, with his permission, we are going to share it there as well. So you're going to get it. All right, so I think we are having a good nomination. Okay, so definitely Mr. Divine Gate is going to come again. Thank you very much for your time, and wish you the best on your enterprise and entrepreneurial journey. So see you some other time.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Enjoy the rest of your lecture, sir. Bye, sir.
Okay, great. So, gentlemen, if you can hear me, and ladies too, pardon us for not mentioning ladies. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, I will continue next week, right? When by the grace of God, we'll be bringing another guest. Hopefully, we'll be bringing another guest next week. It will be a surprise, so we are not going to be telling you who is coming. Okay, it will be a surprise. Another guest. We're not going to tell you who is coming. Just make sure you are present for class. If you miss class, then you have to go and watch the recorded session. But I can assure you, all our classes will be very interactive and you will enjoy your time. Okay, we'll be looking into for our next week's guest. Let me not spill the bean yet. Just come to class next week and you'll be hearing from another organization that is building something in the space. This is just to encourage you to know that you can also be a builder. When we get to the capstone, before we get to the capstone project, right, we'll talk about the power of teams and synergies. So you see, Mr. Divine Gift that just spoke with us is the founder and CEO, but he's not the only one in the organization. So we also teach you how to build a team and how to structure your organization so that when you build a solution, you are not the only one pushing it. Okay. So I think with this, we can call it a day because a few of our colleagues have gone for prayers. We don't want it to be too lengthy so that when they come back, they can read and catch up. However, a few questions. Someone was asking if you can go for more training with Base University and if this program can be accepted as a qualification for direct entry. We cannot give you an immediate response on that, so we have to speak with management. But this program is a specialized program. This is a specialized program. It is not yet an academic program, right? So for you to be able to do that, the program that you will bring certificate from or for has to have gotten endorsements from the Ministry of Education, right? Uh, Accreditation, that's the actual word I was looking for. So it needs to get accreditation. So hopefully, because this is new, and Bayes University is actually the first university in Nigeria that is officially doing a program like this. Okay. Some others have also been trying to mix it with economics, with mathematics, with accounting, and all that. But Bayes University is the first university in Nigeria that is doing a standalone blockchain program. All right. So we'll see how we can work towards getting it accredited, but don't take my word for it because that's management decision. But because you've asked the question and we want all of you here to become professionals in the future, we will escalate this question, okay, to management and see what will come out of it. So thank you for that question. Now for the other question that borders around the, sorry, okay. So if you have to go to the mosque, like I said, you can go. You can watch the recorded one much later. All right. So Ali Abubakar, I believe I've been able to answer your question that has to do with doing a further program. But for further programs, if you want to do something outside of the country, we will also get approval and we will let you know. Assuming you want to do a master's, if you already have a first degree and you don't want to go back and do another first degree, if you want to do a master's in blockchain and digital currency, we'll also get approval from Page University and make that announcement to you. For those that, or for the person that asked a question about what to study, or if these programming languages are good, if you want to do the blockchain programming, Python, HTML, CSS, and others, yes, okay, they are. I just said for a beginner, one thing we must learn not to do is pack too many things at the same time. And I'm taking notes of the different levels we are in class. Some people are average already. Some people have gotten to intermediate level. Some people are just beginners. Some are already professionals here. So please, let's be patient with everyone. We have beginners that this is the first time they are hearing the word blockchain. We have beginners that have heard about blockchain, but they don't know that there's private and public blockchain. We have beginners that know about private and public blockchain, but they cannot tell the difference between centralized and decentralized blockchain. We have those that know that, but they don't know what a smart contract is. So it is a gradual process. I appreciate the fact that many of us have been able to understand some of these things, but please, let's be patient with those that do not understand it yet so that we can carry everyone along gradually. All right. So, especially for those that want to do this blockchain programming, for those that want to do blockchain programming, you have to be patient and you have to be prepared. Don't rush. It is not for everyone. Even though I know blockchain programming, I don't do it because I don't have the time to sit down and be coding. I don't. I rather do consultancy, and consultancy is what has brought me to where I am today. A blockchain programmer will not have the time to go and meet Senate president. A blockchain programmer will not have the time to go for a meeting with the DVC. A blockchain programmer will not have the time to go to media house. But a consultant will have the time to go to all those places. So I looked at it. What exactly do I want? Do I want to be a programmer that's going to be sitting behind the system? Yes, I can develop amazing products, but will that give me the time to go and present these products to people? No. I've done that before. Where I am right now, I don't want to do that anymore. So even if I teach you how to program, I teach you how to code, how to build a smart contract, that may not even be what you'll be doing at the end of the day. It's good to have the understanding, but you can project yourself beyond that. There are people that don't like talking to human beings, and that's how some devs are. Some devs don't like talking to human beings. They prefer sitting behind their computers. It is fine. Okay. So when we get there, as we're getting close, we'll be pointing you out to the different languages you need to learn. But for the beginners, for those that have not done anything at all, just start preparing yourself with Python. Okay. We are going to do Solidity as well, because Solidity is what we're going to be using. So the moment you are done with Python, it will give you a fair understanding of the programming environment. Then you can now start studying or learning Solidity. It's a gradual process. And I believe that at the end of the day, we all will be well grounded, and we are looking at a situation that in the next 1 to 2 years, the new products that will be coming out in the country will be coming from this class. Hopefully, if you stay with us, you are patient with us, you work with us, I believe we will be getting nothing less than 10 to 20 products that will be speaking at the national level from this class. All right. So at this point, I think we have come to an end of today's lecture. All right. And I want to commend each and every one of you. And we will continue our conversation on blockchain fundamentals. Please, there's someone that I was supposed to meet with. I had an issue with my system, among many other things during the week. So please send me a mail again. Let's conclude our meeting. All right. So take care of you, everyone. I wish you all the best. And okay, sorry, there's a question coming up. good luck. You say practical knowledge of the blockchain. That's for those that are going to be doing either programming or trading. Okay, either programming or trading. That's when you have the opportunity to deal practically on the system. But for trading, we are still waiting. Deliberations are ongoing. We need to be sure that we are on the right side of the law. Okay. We're also working to see how we can get collaboration with a compliant exchange, an exchange that has compliance with the government. But that's what we are also going to be looking at when we come to cryptocurrency compliance policy and regulation. There are some gray areas that we need to touch. So by the time we are done with that class, everybody will understand the position of compliance policy and regulation. Then we can now go back into trading. Trading is still on standby. After we finish these fundamentals and we've taken the community management, then we'll take compliance, then we can now do either trading or programming. So the first three are compulsory. These fundamentals you are doing is compulsory. Compliance is compulsory. Community management is compulsory. That's blockchain marketing and community management. Those three are compulsory. Then you can now choose either you want to do crypto trading or you want to do blockchain programming. But that is even still some months away. So just relax, follow us as we guide you, and you definitely will get something good from it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your time today. We need to go. We hand over to admin if there's any announcements to share with us. Thank you very much, everyone. Once again, my name is Jude Ozinegbe, and I yield the mic.